Good morning, class. My name is Alex Blanford, and today we'll be taking a look at our English module for the week on the platform Symbaloo. First, we have our reflection video as our opening for the class. So we have kindness is a chain reaction. As you can see, guys, kindness is a chain reaction. Just being kind to one another or even kinder to ourselves can spread the feeling of being kind, loving each other, treating each other with respect. So let's try practicing kindness this week. Also, kindness is the word of the week. So we'll be using that in our classes, practicing it and using them in sentences. So those who want extra points, be sure to use the word kindness during our class. And I'll be taking notes on that. Also, here I have the Google Classroom, which just by clicking on it, we'll be able to look at all the activities that I have prepared this week for you guys. So we have a quick review quiz. Just click on the link, it'll take you to the Google form. Remember to click on email and answer them. This is a formative practice, but I want you and I encourage you guys to do it as well. Once you're done with that, we'll be doing our activity number one, which is a daily routine match. So here you have a worksheet in which you'll be able to see um daily routines written in written form and in images. So we just have to match them accordingly. So for example, my sister practices playing the guitar at 4:30 p.m. I look at the images, look for the images, look at the clock, 4:30, look at the image, it's a girl playing a guitar. Oh, that's the sister practicing the guitar. And then I match by writing the number on the line. If you need help with that, you can click over here and you can either do it on Google Docs and you'll be able to do the assignment right then and there. Once you're done, of course, we download it or you can copy the link, either or. You can download PDF file and send it and post it over here. Then we'll be taking a look at our activity number two, which is ordering the daily routines. So we'll be doing a listening. So I'll be playing the recordings of the daily routines, and we'll be doing a simple match. So, for example, let's say that this is a daily routine of my family. Um, we eh, wake up, get dressed, and let's say 6 a.m. So here they're ready, they're woken up, they're dressed. So first one over here. This is the first activity of the daily routine. Then my parents go to work at 6:40 over here. The bus comes us to get us to school at 7 a.m. This would be number three, and so on. So we'll be having three listenings and completing the charts as we listen to the recordings. Then we have activity number three, which is the project for this week, and I'll be taking this as a grade. It's a classwork. So we'll be doing a daily routine poster. This can either be done digitally or physically, however you guys prefer it. I expect you to have at least 6 images with sentences representing your daily routine. So, the first thing you do when you wake up and the last thing you do when you go to sleep. At least 6. Of course, I encourage you to have more because it's your personal daily routines. This is what you do each day. I also expect the use of present simple tense, the use of time expressions, the use of that vocabulary, and the use of sequencing words. Here we have some examples of the vocabulary. So the verb phrases like wake up, get up, take a shower. Time expressions. I wake up at 6 a.m. I take a shower at 6:15. So I want those sentences included in your poster. You can also do a collage. We'll be looking at an example at the end of this document. Time expressions in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, at night, before, after. Present simple tense. I wake up, I go to, so on. Sequencing words first, then, next, after that, finally, before, after. Let's take a look at the evaluation criteria. I'll be taking a look at the creativity and design. I want you guys to make something that it's eye catching, visually appealing, creative. So, not just pasting images just to paste. I want you to take into consideration the overall design, the use of vocabulary, the time and sequence. So, your activities are in order. So, let's say that you wake up at 6 a.m., then you have dinner. It doesn't make sense. Dinner is almost the last thing you do. So, I want an order of the activities as well at the time as the timestamps. Um, Grammar, of course, the sentences you use, and your oral presentation, because you'll be presenting this in front of the class. So here we have an example of a chart of the activities done in the morning, the activities done at night, and the daily routine. The same here, more of a collage, but both of them use images and the sentences and the timestamps. Remember that I will be looking at the use of the vocabulary words, the use of the time, the use of the grammar and the sentence structures when you give out your oral presentation. I also have a Padlet activity, which I'll be needing you guys to answer the prompts. So we have when we mention daily routines, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? So over here, we click on the plus button and then we'll get to write whatever we want to answer. So, for example, what's the first thing I think of when talking about daily routines? Waking up, eating breakfast, so on and so forth. And the other question is, what sequencing words in English do you use most frequently when describing morning routines? You can use Google to search this. You can look at your textbooks. We've talked about this in class. But if you find any other sequencing words out there, please add them to the Padlet. Um, Here we have a small example, short example of a daily routine. Let's take a look. As you can see, once again, the verb phrases. I wake up. At what time? 7. Get out of bed. 7:30. Sequencing words. Then I come to the stairs and have breakfast. So you can watch this video to guide yourselves. Here you also have a short video on how to use sequencing words. If you need help with that, more examples, that's the video that you guys can watch. Here I have some activities that you can play online. So, for example, this Educa Play game about daily routines, which you guys can practice. Basically, you have to click on the image that matches the recording. I'll just wait for this to load. Well, Um, and then you also have some Kahoot activities that will be doing during class, or you can do them yourself as well. Let's say, let's go. Daily routines. So I at 7 o'clock. Let's look at school at 7 o'clock. I go to bed. I do my homework. I get up. What is the person doing over here? They're waking up. They're getting up. So I get up at 7 o'clock in the morning, and so on. And you can also do your poster on Canva or Genially, depending on which platform you enjoy the most. If you have other websites you can use for this, it's fine. It's okay. I don't have an issue with that. But um, you can use this too, whichever one you feel more comfortable with. Here you have also a Google search engine. Whatever you need to search, you can also do it here. Or you can use this app to also help you with searching. Here you have your email. So any questions you might have, you can email me. I'll be answering them. You can also type your questions on Google Classroom. I'll be answering them as well. Um, Without any further ado, thank you guys for paying attention, and we'll be seeing each other in class. Remember that kindness is the word of the week, and I can't wait to see what your daily routines look like. So, see you in class. Bye.